Have you ever really thought about what happens when a whole advanced society just disappears? It's one of history's great ghost stories, really, a haunting reminder about the limits of human achievement. So today, let's dive right into that question. I mean, that's the big mystery, isn't it? You look back at these incredible cultures with their massive cities and their deep understanding of the universe, and you have to wonder, if they couldn't make it, what does that say about us? It's a question that has kept people up at night for centuries. Of course, the most famous one is the legend of Atlantis. Plato told the story of this crazy advanced island that in a single day was just swallowed by the ocean. It's probably just a myth, yeah, but that story sticks with us. It's a powerful warning that even the absolute greatest can be wiped out in an instant. Then you've got real-life examples, like the Indus Valley civilization. These people built cities so well planned it would make modern engineers jealous. But we still can't read their writing. They didn't go out with a bang. They just faded away, leaving behind these incredible ghost cities with no story to tell. And way before the Aztecs or the Maya, there were the Olmec, the mother culture of that whole region. They're the ones who carved those giant, mysterious stone heads that we still can't really explain. And then they were gone too, leaving their secrets behind in those stone faces. All these stories are the perfect setup for our main case study today, which is one of the most brilliant and mysterious civilizations of all, the Maya. These people weren't just incredible builders. They were true masters of time, math, and the stars. And their story, well, it holds a lesson that is incredibly relevant. And just look at this timeline. The Maya were no flash in the pan. We're talking about a civilization that lasted for thousands of years. They had their golden age, this classic period. And then around 900 AD, something went horribly wrong. Their greatest cities in the south were just abandoned. But, and this is super important, so hang on to it, the civilization itself survived. We'll come back to that. So just how advanced were they? Honestly, their achievements are staggering. They came up with one of the most sophisticated writing systems in the ancient world, built these unbelievable cities smack in the middle of a dense jungle, and their understanding of the cosmos was centuries ahead of what was happening in Europe at the time. If you need one single thing to understand their genius, it's this: the concept of zero. The Maya independently invented it. Just think about that. While European mathematicians were still struggling with clunky Roman numerals, the Maya were doing incredibly complex calculations. That was a huge intellectual leap. And here's where it gets really wild. Using just their naked eyes and that powerful math, they could accurately predict solar eclipses. They tracked the movements of planets like Venus over long cycles. To the Maya, astronomy wasn't just science. It was like having a direct line to the gods. But for all that brainpower, there was a brutal, dark side to the Maya world. All of their sophistication was built on a bedrock of ritual violence and constant, grinding warfare that was absolutely central to how they saw the universe. You see, they truly believed that the cosmos was a fragile system that needed human blood to keep it from falling apart. So in their minds, this wasn't just cruelty, it was a sacred duty. But the reality was, well, incredibly grim. Sacrificing prisoners of war in huge public spectacles was a regular and vital part of their society. And it's so important to get this. There was no single Maya empire. It was a patchwork of powerful rival city-states. The best analogy is ancient Greece, with Athens fighting Sparta. For the Maya, it was cities like Tikal and Calakmul, and they were almost always at war over resources, power, and yes, captives to sacrifice. So you've got this incredible paradox, a society of brilliant astronomers locked in a cycle of brutal warfare. So how does a civilization like that just fall apart? The truth is, it wasn't a single event. It was a slow-motion catastrophe, a total system failure. What most experts believe now is that it was a perfect storm of three things hitting at once. First, we have hard scientific evidence of long, severe droughts. When the rains failed, the crops failed. At the exact same time, their population was booming, so they were clearing huge swaths of jungle for farmland. This wrecked the ecosystem and probably made the droughts even worse. And all of this was happening while the city-states kept fighting each other, draining what little resources they had left. You can just picture how these things fed into each other. Less food leads to scarcity. Wrecking the environment creates more stress. And when the kings and priests couldn't solve these problems but still demanded tribute and kept fighting wars, the people lost faith. The entire system just buckled under the weight of it all. So, what do we learn from all this? What's the final crucial takeaway from the fall of these magnificent Maya cities? Well, it turns out it's a lesson that echoes from their ancient ruins straight into our world today. First things first, let's bust the biggest myth out there. When we talk about the Maya collapse, we imagine an entire population just vanishing off the map. But is that what really happened? Absolutely not. And if you take away one thing, let it be this: the Maya people never disappeared. Today, millions of their descendants are alive and well in Mexico, Guatemala, and Belize. Many still speak Maya languages and hold on to their ancient traditions. What collapsed wasn't the people, it was their political system. The cities fell, but the people endured. I think if there's one core lesson here, this is it. The Maya were brilliant. They understood the cosmos in a way few have. But all that advanced knowledge couldn't save them when their society got out of balance with their environment. It's a powerful reminder that being smart isn't the same thing as being wise. And that leaves us with a pretty chilling final thought. The story of the Maya isn't just a cool piece of history. It's a cautionary tale, a story about climate change, using up your resources, and endless political conflict. Does any of that sound familiar? Their abandoned cities are like a giant warning sign from the past, and they're asking us a very urgent question. Are we going to learn from their mistakes?